We're celebrating Latin Restaurant Weeks, where New Yorkers can taste all the diverse flavors of Latin America while supporting local businesses and scoring some sweet deals.
Yes, we're introducing you to some of the local restaurants and businesses participating. Joining us live this morning is Lyana Blount, the chef and founder of the pop-up Black Rican Vegan. Hello, thanks so much for being here on New York Living. This smells so good.
Thank you.
Let me waft it towards the
all that
screens
garlic
for you guys.
and
You can smell the garlic in this orange sauce. I just want to lick it.
But before we get into what we have here, I wonder if you might be able to take us back to the beginning, to when you realized how big of a role food played in your life, and the story that, you know, took you from that point to Black Rican Vegan coming to life.
I mean, I've been cooking since I was like 8 years old. It's been a big part of like what my family does and how it brings the family together. I have 2 other siblings that I was cooking for while my mom was always working. So over time, it kind of like grew as a passion. I see it as a love language. And before I started doing Black Rican Vegan, I was just doing like meal prepping for my community. So I would just cook every Sunday, deliver the same day to people who needed meals. And I started to incorporate vegan meals, and I saw that a lot of people was taking like a liking to it. And during the pandemic, I was just showing how I make vegan meals at home. And I guess everyone was scrolling, and this was the time to be on social media. Everyone was very curious about what I was making. So they was like, oh, I want to try what you're making. So I put out a menu April 6, 2020, and I haven't stopped putting out menus since.
Oh my gosh.
That's so amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This may be a silly question, but like, why vegan and not just vegetarian? Like, what's the extra, like, no dairy?
I think it's just the compassion for animals, and you know, we don't have to risk their lives for our pleasures. And I think veganism was also something I didn't see a lot of growing up, and I wanted to introduce that to my community.
I love that. I love that.
Well, we thank you for it because it smells delicious.
Thank you.
So let's get into these dishes. What do you have here first for us?
Yeah, so I have our vegan mofongo with a garlic cheese sauce. It's vegan, of course. And our jackfruit chicharron. It's like chef's kiss. And then we we have our crispy fried oyster mushroom sandwich. It has slaw, pickles, and it's on a pretzel bun. And it's super delicious. A lot of people eat it, and a lot of people don't like mushrooms, eat it, and then they love it.
I love mushrooms, and that looks insane. It looks so good.
You.
Is the sausage made out of nuts, like the cashews, or?
It's actually soy and nut and gluten-free. It's made out of chickpeas. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the aquafaba or the actual chickpea?
The aquafaba.
Oh my gosh.
Do you moonlight as a vegan chef?
Yeah, I'm sort of a chef.
She knows her stuff.
For those of you who don't know, the aquafaba is in the can of the chickpeas, and it's like the syrup that liquid, you know, and it sort of mimics egg whites, right?
Yeah, like you blend it really fast, and it'll form up into like a nice mayo consistency.
Ooh, is that what's cascading down over the nice? Oh
yes.
My gosh, it smells. And you know, the one thing I eat any and everything. Like I'll eat vegan, I'll eat meat. But I really love the flavors and the creativity. There's so many wonderful and unique, and there's just such a vast bank to choose from of what you can add in to really bring so much into what people might consider, you know, like, oh, well, there's no meat. Like, how is this going to be? Because there's so many flavors at play here.
Right.
And so you mentioned garlic, which we can smell. What are some other ingredients that you find yourself kind of gravitating towards when you're preparing your vegan meals?
Well, my go-to ingredients, I'm gonna say, is sofrito, and I use a healthier version of adobo and sazon. It's flavors that I grew up, you know, cooking with, and just flavors that I still keep in my meals.
Wait. I use adobo and sazon, but are mine unhealthy? Because they're just in the packet at the store.
Certain ones. A lot of them do have MSG and dyes that you don't want to, you know, really
they're
cook
delicious.
with. Yeah. But there's some alternatives out there on the market that's better for your cooking needs.
Okay, I have to know, because if you go to an older Puerto Rican gentleman, a woman who's been eating mofongo all her life, and then they eat yours, what do they say?
They love it.
They're surprised.
It's a hit at our pop-ups. Like, people, they don't even know what it is. They just see other people with it, and they'll come and they buy it, and we convert them, and they'll come back every week.
Because again, let me just like stress the point here. It smells so good. I don't care what it is. If I smell this, I'm magnetically pulled towards it, and I want it in my mouth. All right. You mentioned the pop-up. Where can we find you right now to get some of this goodness?
Yes, so right now, every Sunday, we're at Smorgasburg in Prospect Park.
Okay.
From 11 to 6 in Brooklyn. This Saturday, we will be at the Puerto Rican Festival. We was actually one of the first vegan vendors last year. So we're just going to keep that strike going, and we're super excited for it, yeah.
Fantastic.
Probably one of the first things we should have mentioned.
Yes, let's
Lizzo
bury
showing
the
you
lead
some
here.
love.
Yes. Lizzo blew my mind because I didn't know she was gonna leave a review. I didn't even get to meet her. We just dropped off the food, and I was like, I'm gonna pray for the best. And she made a video trying all the food, and it was like amazing reviews. And then she went on another show and shouted us out again. And I was like, oh, she really liked the food. So that was really a big deal for us. And I'm like super grateful and ecstatic for that moment.
That is incredible. Wow. Talk about being, an influenced Lizzo. And you have a cookbook coming out next month.
I do. Oh my God.
That's
Thank
so
you for mentioning
exciting.
that. Yes. Black Rican Vegan, fire plant-based recipes from a Bronx kitchen. It's available for pre-order now, and the publication date is July 25th, 2023.
All right. Well, congratulations on all of it, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.